everyone, and welcome to a Love, Light, and Learn mini. My name is Trishan Renee Love, but since I'm a caring adult, you can call me Miss Love. Hello and welcome, hello and welcome. We're here together. Hello and welcome with love and welcome with light and welcome to learn together. Hello and welcome. Now, let's go over to my soulful sofa to see what wonderful story we can learn from today. All right, friends, are you ready to read? I know I am. Get comfy, it's listening time. Let's turn up the volume on our ears. Can you hear me? Sweet. Now, let's turn down the volume on our mouths since we're listening. On the count of 3, we're going to put on our rockin' reading glasses so that you can see the pictures or read along with me if you already know how. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Today, we're going to read from Vashti Harrison's Little Leaders, Women in Black History. We're going to learn about Phillis Wheatley. Phyllis's literary skills were apparent early on. She published her first story when she was only about 14 years old. For anyone, this would be a major feat, but Phillis was a slave, so it was truly unique. Her original name, date of birth, and exact birthplace are all unknown. When she was only 8 years old, she was taken from her home in Africa and sold to a trader, then transported across the Atlantic to Boston, Massachusetts, aboard a ship named the Phillis. She was then resold to a man named John Wheatley, who purchased her to be a personal servant to his wife. The Wheatleys soon recognized her intelligence and began to nurture it. They taught Phyllis everything from theology to mythology, an education that was rare for a woman and nearly unheard of for a woman of color. With the family's backing, she traveled to England to publish her first book, poems on various subjects, religious and moral. She was the first African American woman poet ever to be published. She corresponded with George Washington and the famous French writer and philosopher Voltaire, who called her a master of English verse. Her work was so powerful that abolitionists used it in an example of the intelligence and promise of Black people. In 1767, she was emancipated. Unfortunately, she struggled financially and lived in poverty for the rest of her life. She received a great deal of praise during her lifetime, but validation from white society was integral to her success, and it never came. She continued writing, but was not able to find a publisher in America. Her natural talent and body of work live on as fundamental contributions to American literature. And this is Phillis Wheatley, everyone, and she lived between 1753 and 1784. Wow, all that reading made me so thirsty. Let's take a sip of water from our clever cups. Delicious. I love learning and reading with you. Thanks for joining me with your big, beautiful smiles. Your good company brought so much love and light to this room. Okay, so we have a dash of love and a sprinkle of light, but what can we learn today? As many of you have probably already heard, in the late 1500s to the early 1900s, millions of Africans were taken away from Africa against their own free will and forced to work as slaves in Canada, the United States of America, and the islands of the Caribbean region. During this transatlantic slave trade, many of our traditional names were taken away and replaced with names that were used to properly identify who the slave belonged to, when they arrived, or how they arrived to their place of work. As we heard in the story of Phillis Wheatley, her exact place of birth, date of birth, and given names are unknown. Her first name was replaced with the name of the boat that she traveled to the United States of America on, and her surname was replaced with the name of the slave owner who purchased her. Sometimes things that are unique to us can be taken away or replaced. As you heard with Phillis, her name was taken away from her and then replaced with something that was completely different. But that didn't stop her from being great. Phillis still became a very well-rounded writer, and everyone around the world enjoyed her writing. Regardless of our circumstances, we can still be whatever our heart desires, even if things are taken away from us or replaced. That's right. Can you name something that's unique to you that you wouldn't want to be taken away or replaced? And if it was, what would you do about it? Amazing learning today, friends. Reading is so much fun, isn't it? You all did such an excellent job. Keep up the great work. My name is Trishan Renee Love. Ah, yes, you're right. But since I'm a caring adult, you can call me Miss Love. See you next time. Be loved. Be loved.